Hey Aries, welcome to your November reading. So, first things first, what I'm hearing from Spirit right off the bat is part of your design is to be the first one on the dance floor, the first one to try something. You know, they were saying Edison sounded crazy to everybody that he told about his idea. Okay, sure, yeah, we're going to be able to just turn on the light. Okay, Edison, you know what I'm saying? So don't talk yourself out of being a Thomas Edison just because people might not recognize your greatness before or as quickly as you do, or that your idea doesn't catch on. Like, don't make that the point. Be the pioneer that you are with this thing. Here's what I need you to know. Spirit is giving me kind of an Eight of Cups vibe. So for those of you who know the cards, and if we see that turn up in your reading in a second, then okay, interesting. But this isn't an all melancholy situation. This is, you can't take everybody with you. You can't take everybody with you because everybody isn't at, I'm going to say the words your level, but I'm going to be careful with that. I don't mean like you're higher, you're better, you're this, that. I mean, there comes a time in our lives when we're ready for ideas, and sometimes, you know, you probably experience this in your own life. Maybe there was a point where years ago you heard an idea and at the time you were like, okay, whatever, or it just didn't resonate, and then years later maybe you came to understand what that message really meant or whatever. Some people are going to receive and understand your idea a little bit after you, so don't let that deter you from going on, because it is a great cause. I'm hearing different things for different people. I'm an intuitive reader. If you've never been here before, hi, I'm Madeline. So whether it's I have this idea, I have this cause, I have this creative intent, I have this invention, Edison, whatever it is, don't wait for people to go with you. Doesn't mean they won't come with you. Just don't wait. Okay. All right. Let's get into November. So as always, we're going to pull the story of your month, and I will also pull a persona card, a court card to represent you, to see how Spirit wants to share with you how you're showing up, where you are, anything you need to know or do for your highest good. So Spirit, knowing that we are reminding Aries that it is by design, that they are the pioneer, the first, the initiator, the trendsetter. That's another phrase that Spirit is using. So knowing that, Spirit, thank you. We want to dial into the events, the themes, the energies of November, and share with Aries people, Aries sun, moon, rising, and dominant people, what they need to know for their highest good this month. What kind of energies and themes are showing up, and how they are showing up to meet them, Spirit. We want to know your guidance for Aries in the month of November. What they can do, Spirit, to step into their greatest fulfillment, peace, abundance, ease, love, contentment. Let's see what we got here. All right. Just one more, please, for Aries. The month of November. What do they need to know most, Spirit, for their highest good? Let's go. Spirit is reminding me, we're in Scorpio season, Aries, so wherever Aries, whether you're Aries rising, sun, whatever, your 8th house is being emphasized. Things like bonding, merging, sex. And when I say bonding, I mean the kind of bonding where if the person next to you is winning, you are winning by, by proxy. And if the person next to you gets their reputation tarnished, your reputation can be tarnished in turn, right? This is also about going really deep and going really far. So it makes sense to me that Spirit is bringing this up, because they're bringing it up in context of like you being you, even at the quote unquote cost of maybe some connections or relationships or just reputation. Okay, let's get into these cards. Love to see it. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading, Aries. The Knight of Pentacles actually jumped out when I was sitting and meditating on you before we even started this reading. When I say be yourself, Literally, the guidance for you is the Six of Cups, and that is returning to your original essence, like who you were as a little kid before society or caregivers or etc. kind of started stunting and blunting certain aspects of you or attitudes or characteristics and tried to make you fit a mold more neatly, and not necessarily at a malicious intent. We can't even get into it. We don't have time. But it's like, oh, I need to do this for you so that you can be a functioning human being. Or I need to do this to you because this is what my mom did to me, and now I need to do it to you. We've got a whole range of things. But who were you before that? What did you love? What did you enjoy? Six of Cups. Bring more of that in. And I also feel that there are going to be things and people and messages and movements coming into your life that hearken you back to that. So that could include like old friends getting into contact with you, people that remind you of a certain time in your life, and that's not an accident. And now Spirit is reminding me of that eighth house. And so for some of you, this could be somebody that you very deeply, intimately bonded with, whether that was a sexual kind of intimacy or a different kind of merge. Feels very deeply intimate. And so even if this person doesn't reach out to you, even if you guys don't talk and this person is like on your mind, that is still a sign for you to kind of just notice and kind of investigate. Like, I wonder why this person is coming up at this time. Like, what kind of feelings or what kind of questions or what kind of things is it bringing up in me? What was I doing at that time? What parts of me do I still resonate with? And what parts of me have oh wow, I've really outgrown that. I used to do this and that. None of it is by accident. It's an opportunity to get to know yourself better, and that means get to be yourself better, which is what Spirit is saying. And I love the way that they're putting that, as in be yourself more, not as in be better, like, but to be better, to be yourself better means literally to be more of you and less of whatever adaptations, maladaptive adaptations that you've taken up along the way. Okay. You're in a beautiful growth period. There's a lot. There's a lot to do, and I feel like you're working hard. But it also really looks like it pays off. So that's good news. So Eight of Pentacles as the past, or the kind of like jumping off point. You working hard at your skills, money growing, skills growing. Some of you need to throw yourself back into like a hobby, a craft. And it does feel like something you do with your hands, whether it's like painting or sculpting, like literally buying yourself some $10 air clay and making stuff. Make yourself a little incense holder at home and paint it and like get back into that inner child space, and notice how you're growing. For others of you, I just really feel financial and productive type of growth. Some of you are building a legacy, is what Spirit just said very clearly. Like, I'm doing this work, I'm an activist, or I'm an organizer, or boots on the ground kind of vibes, Knight of Pentacles. You are carrying a legacy forward, and you ought to be proud of yourself. So, wherever you are in that process, you should take time to be proud of yourself, especially when you're doing this much work. Just going to jump to the Ten of Wands, which is showing up in the kind of climate around you. A lot on your back right now, a lot to do. You may have to do all this stuff. And Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. And a Knight of Pentacles is a practical, productive strategist. And it would be good for you to take a step back and really look at the list of things you need to do, or you're telling yourself you need to do, and be, I'm going to say, a little more realistic, because you're being very daring, very bold. We love it. You're working hard. And you might be saddling yourself with too much, or perhaps the world is trying to saddle you with too much, and it's going to be up to you to kind of come awake to that and set boundaries as you need so that you have time for yourself. Four of Swords sitting in the position representing hopes and fears. So it's like there's a desire for peace and quiet, and there's also maybe a little bit of like, oh, but I can't rest right now. That's what I'm kind of feeling. I will just be yet another cliche in your ear, Aries, to remind you that, especially for those of you who are taking this passionate action and trying to leave this big legacy, you resting and recuperating is essential to you not burning out. So just take that. That's enough. I won't belabor the point. You're doing enough labor. Present moment. Judgment. Commitment. Wake-up call. I'm hearing both of these things. What are you committed to? And when we commit to something, that means no matter what, That means, okay, even if things get annoying or if people don't understand or etc., I want to say, what are you committed to? What are your ideals? What are your goals? What are you committed to creating? You have this, again, great legacy or great idea, and it can exist, but you have to commit to it. And that means, as Spirit is saying, it's like taking vows. When you make a vow about this thing that you want to be or do or create. Again, these can be different for different Aries, so pardon me for not being more specific. This is a general reading. Maybe you have an idea of like, this is the kind of person I want to be, and this is the legacy of who I am. Or you're doing community work and it's like the legacy that I want to leave is that this neighborhood is thriving, or the children that the place where I grew up, I leave it better than I found it. Whatever it is for you. Or I have a creative project and I want it to come alive. Commit to it. Ace of Wands is sitting in the future. Brilliant idea, but it needs space. Four of Swords, it needs space. Four of Swords is great for the Ace of Wands because it's just enough air and just enough protection, like a candle. Just enough for the flame to be enduring and not burn out. Okay? If you are willing to go slow and steady, if you are willing to embrace your growth, if you are willing to commit to your path and your Eunice, whatever that is, 10 of Pentacles, you will have that fruitful, abundant, amazing outcome that serves and pleases not just you and feeds not just you, but many others, all the people that you care about and want to bring under your protection. This will go beyond you, and for some of you, it goes beyond your life. Hearing that very clearly, and if that resonates with you, I don't want you to throw that away or dismiss it. This may be a general reading, but I still talk to Spirit. Okay. How does that sit on you, Aries? Let me know if you feel like chatting about it. I love hearing your comments, questions, insights, the events and how they're corresponding to the reading. It helps me become a better reader, and I'm also just a curious motherfucker with a third house stellium. So thank you for being here, Aries. If you ever want a personal reading, the ways to do that are also just south of this video. And if I don't see you in your mid-month reading, then I hope I'll see you in December. Till then, bye, Aries.